King Zach has remarried, thankfully. The Northmen have been repelled again, and the Empire of Albion is seriously closer than ever. I think probably within the next episode or 2 or 3, unless something goes horribly wrong, given the chaos of the last few, it's certainly possible, we will see a totally different color than the Scottish gold, overlaying all or most of the British Isles as we finish taking over as Emperor. Should be fun. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings III in our Empire of Albion series. So, I mentioned at the end of the last episode that I wanted to declare on the Kingdom of Wales, and I saw that there was a character that had a claim on the kingdom, and I got excited for about 2.5 seconds, and I was like, wait a second, hold on, that's not going to work. The reason it's not going to work is very straightforward. If you fight a kingdom claim, if you fight on behalf of someone else's kingdom claim in CK3, and you get them that particular throne, they become independent. So not only would I be giving these characters, either one that has a claim on Wales, it's actually Duke Alfred and Earl Edward that have a claim on the Kingdom of Wales. If I were to do that, I would give them the kingdom, but also they would become independent in the territory they're currently lord of under me, with me as their liege. So I'd actually be losing territory if I did that, which would not be helpful. So we need to make sure that we are not actually fighting wars in order to help people secure kingdoms, which does secure large amounts of territory, like you saw when I very excitedly, selected that claim. And look, it all just turns blue, or in this case, gold, as soon as the war ends. That's not necessarily the way that it turns out until you actually have the Empire title. You need the Empire title. So we're going to focus on that. We've got a few problem characters as well, but I'm going to wait probably until I've established myself as the Emperor to deal with the problem vassals, because these are the ones, I think, these are the characters that escaped from prison, which is why they're criminals. You can ask your head of faith for gold. Let's go ahead and do that. Get a little bit more money. And we will wait. We've got some raiding going on up to the north. It would be nice if I could intercept them. But the armies are currently replenishing a little bit. I'll use this wealth wisely. Wedding celebration. With my marriage to Queen Yarmila, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. So we could either go for 150 gold or 350 prestige. I think I'll go for the gold, because we're going to need gold if we're going to declare the empire. We could also, found a duchy with that, which could allow us to claim territory in certain areas. So we're going to get to maybe the end of June and then declare this war, just letting the troops replenish. Okay, there's that. What's this? My knight Ethelfrith approaches me with concerns regarding the state of our educational materials. We can make do, but imagine the heights our children could reach if we only had better materials, new wax tablets, parchment, and perhaps even ink. But you're doing such a great job as is. Or we could say, of course you'll have the funds. Actually like this idea. So he would actually gain 15 opinion of me. He already has a good opinion of me, but let's go ahead and give these... It's gold that's going to go towards the Empire, but... Or that would have gone towards the Empire, but obviously it's not now. But I think that's a worthwhile investment. Slightly biased in that way, I suppose. But, alright, for this perk, I'm going to go for It Is My Domain. Now we can extort subjects for extra gold. Not that we'll be using that, but we need to unlock that perk to continue down the tree. So that's kind of the route that I'm taking. Notice that I can now create several different duchies, which give me access to territory that's mostly already fully controlled. But the Duchy of York would allow me... Actually, no, it wouldn't. Really? Hold on. So this is part of Northumbria, which is already held. So if I held the Duchy of Northumbria myself, then I could declare on Wales. But because that's held by someone else underneath me, we need him to declare on Wales for that particular territory, which he might do on his own, which would be nice. I'm just saying. Hint, hint. All right, let's go till end of June. I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and raise all armies. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of regretting doing that, because I wanted to see if I can offset those raiders, but I think that now I'll have to wait for them to replenish again after I disband them, because you can't declare a war while your troops are raised. The Apple Falls. Lately I've been pondering the education of my daughter Cecilia. Is intrigue really the appropriate direction? Since being trained in diplomacy myself, I have found that particular knowledge to serve me well. Surely it should do the same for her. A varying skill set is only beneficial. Alright, so those... Yep, I'm going to have to disband these guys immediately. Hold on. Let me see if I disband them at the capital. Will that make things a little bit more straightforward? I don't know if that's the way that works, but... No, soldiers take up to 4 months to return home, making it take longer to raise them again. Yeah, because they get raised from all over, is I think how it works. So because we have a larger kingdom now, when you disband an army, it takes time for them to kind of travel back and forth. If you're saying, go home, just kidding, come back. Time needs to pass. So we'll let some time pass. Victory, so be it. Alright, we can ransom this character. Let's go ahead and do that for a little bit of extra gold. Faction targeting used disbanded. I mean, a little bit of stability for the moment, and like not war, I suppose would be nice for the king's stress levels. I could host a party to lower his stress levels pretty, like, significantly. Alright, fascination discovered. That's good news. What do you have here? Innovations. We're still trying to make our way through the tribal stuff. So we discovered, I think that was city planning that we just discovered. So now it looks like ledger is an innovation, so that's going to be done in about 10 years. I'm going to select Casus Belli as my fascination, so that'll help us get Casus Belli done faster. It's still going to take 21 years, and then all of this will be wrapped up and we can focus on these. Now these are still making progress, but I really want to make sure that I have all the tribal discoveries first, just as an underpinning to what we're working on. Can't raise authority until we have certain laws. Also, it looks like we still recently changed crown authority, so we're being affected by that. Pay ransom. Greetings, my charming liege. Ben Mormare Rois is dear to me. Would you let her go in return for this offer? Loses 20 in stress because they're just. Pays 50 to you. Okay, sure. I'll take 50 gold. That's not a problem with me. So we're going to go till pretty much January and then declare. Feud. Tension's cool. The easing of tensions, if that's possible, between myself and Countess Geetha, between me, myself, and I, seems to confirm she's abandoned her vendetta against House Aelpin. I'm told she's now consumed by her. By what? Consumed by her. Maybe something was meant to be placed there. Why do I waste my time with this nonsense? That's good. If there's less stress. We are, of course, still trying to sway the new queen, just to improve her opinion. What's this? Another ransom? Gargamel is dear to me. Would you let him go in return for this offer? Gargamel? Really? Boiling anger. You might be a king, but you're also a brash bempet. The unprovoked anger expressed by my vassal Ban Mormare Rois comes as a complete surprise. No, it's not. She was just imprisoned, but she has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, that even she struggles, is calming. Nice. That actually did lose me some stress. This is yet another ransom offer. So, yeah, this moment of peace is giving people an opportunity to ask if I'll, like, let their loved ones go. Let me quickly take a look at Wessex and see if we have any options here. Because if we could declare war on... Well, it looks like we might have to declare on Wales first. But what I want to find out is... Okay, yeah. Do any of these characters have claims that would give me large chunks of territory? That's what I'm curious about. Alright, so the petty kingdom of Wessex. If we look at where, like, the petty kingdom of Wessex is supposed to be, that's Wessex. So we have a character with a claim on the petty kingdom of Wessex. So that might be the one to kind of go for next, after we take a chunk out of Wales, and that would be, like, those two wars together would set us up, hopefully monetarily as well. Those two wars together would set us up quite nicely. And then, imagine this, we can actually spend some of the gold we have on building things. I've built next to nothing this entire series. It's odd. It's really and truly odd. Okay. So, we're in like the 15th of December. I think... Okay, I'll give it till January, coming out to play. I'm sure Kindwolf's relationship with his spouse, Cecile, I don't know, is a very happy and productive one, but lately he has less and less time to spend with me, a dear friend, as the relationship deepens. Every time I try and get him out for even anything simple as a walk, he is apparently tied down with marital duties. I miss the good old days when we would go out gallivanting around the place, drinking the finest wine until we threw up, and then doing it over again till the next night. What times we had, if only that wretched chattering Cecile wasn't keeping us from having that again. I suppose we've both moved on. No immediate effects, but I just don't want to stress him out anymore. I want to lower his stress. Solace in script. The latest work of my acquaintance, Duke Leofwin, has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and Leofwin has publicly dedicated it to me. Windswept woods in winter. How cruel a mistress is random chance, to leave us all in this cursed trance. When one so great falls so far, 'tis rare for any to escape, less a scar. So far, I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. So, one option, there's only a possibility I could lose stress, and it's because he has higher diplomacy than me. It's actually, I have higher diplomacy than him, so I don't know why, with the diplomacy challenge... Yeah, I guess my score is not high enough above his for this chance to be better. Because look at this, I've got 17 diplomacy. It's the blue number. Leofwin has 13. That's like a 33% roughly, like, difference. And yet, I only have a little bit more than that as a chance of succeeding here with a diplomacy challenge. That's weird. But we can just say, I can see this truly heartfelt, lose 21 stress, and gain opinion of him. So let's do that. One is lauded. Alright, let's go ahead and accept that ransom request. Getting lots of gold here, which is nice. Alright, we are now in January, so let's go ahead and declare war. I think it's a claim from Duke Caelt on the Principality of Gwed. Let's take a quick look. It actually has a couple of claims. We don't yet have the ability to press multiple claims. If we did, we could definitely set ourselves up to declare the Empire right now. We just need to move further along in the game before that's possible, which may or may not happen in this series. We'll see. But we're going to go for the Principality of Gwed, which will give us all of that territory that's changing color there. So let's declare the war. He has no allies. So this is going to go relatively smoothly, I think. I'm going to call just King Thomas for this fight. I'm going to raise all armies and send them down here. Of course, I shall join you. Looks like we have a new hunt, Duke Kindwolf's hunt. Let's go ahead and join that. Mostly traveling through mountains a little bit. So let's hire a mountaineer. Ironically, that switches the danger up. But it takes the danger out of the most, like, out of the basically, it goes from a high chance of danger in 2 locations to a low chance of danger in 2 locations. So, okay. Let's go ahead and go for that. Mountaineer was hired. I can't wait. Wolf struggle? Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws and the desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific, it must have come from the depths of hell. Attempting to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling with a wild wolf. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but his grip is beginning to falter. He's actually a... Oh wait, no, it's this character. He's not... He's already wounded because of the fight. He's not that amazing as a fighter. Yeah, we're not gonna... He's an evil absolver too. We're not gonna risk my life for this. Sorry. Sorry. Rest in peace. Wet nurse position vacated. Why is she no longer my wet nurse? She just randomly leave? She's an evil craven. I guess she just decided to run off and do her own thing. That's kind of rude. Disloyalty. Won't stand for it. Search for wet nurse. We have Sigrid, whose aptitude is good, and Elfrith, whose aptitude is poor. Let's go with Sigrid. She's 33. She's a bold fool, but she's honest, wrathful, and paranoid. I prefer the experienced Sigrid. Making camp. As we await the arrival of the rest of my guests, Duke Kindwolf has started out on the preparations. His gamekeepers check the highlands each day for signs of quarry while building a camp closer to the hunting grounds. Soon. Call to war. Oh, that's cute. So we've once again been called to war while trying to do other things. War waits for no man. The blaring of the war horns have reached me here in the Outer Hebrides hunt. I've been summoned to aid in the war. Like, listen, game, I've already been fighting a war. And I don't care. I'm going and, I'm hunting anyway. Why would I care now? Why make this an event? I can manage things from here. I get that it's giving me an option, but like, it's funny in a way. Because the game has zero self-awareness. And obviously it's not supposed to have self-awareness. But when it has this much chaos for one king over the course of an hour and a half of gameplay, it's funny when it gives me prompts like that. Like, no, why would I do that? Why? Mayor Finn, Duke Kindwolf, Master of the Hunt, summons the party to gather as the light reaches the camp in the highlands near the Outer Hebrides. So, looks like he wants to hunt a fox, mild peril, trivial prestige. Okay, well, we're here for stress relief, not prestige, so. Alright, looks like our allied troops are on the way. Let's go. We're going to try to ambush the fox. Let's merge these armies. Who's commanding it? Yep, that's appropriate. So we're going to see if we can wait for those armies to show up first. So it looks like we have gained hunter trait experience. Wait, so did we actually succeed? Holy crap. Well, we succeeded with the hunt, but we also... That's really cool. We don't get the foxtail. That belongs to the person who actually succeeded in the hunt. But because we participated... Wait a second. Effects from the hunt. This is just for me. Did I actually lose stress from that? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Reduce stress level. You're no longer overwhelmed by stress. Thank God. All right, Prince Edric. Our brother and vassal. Let's see. Do we need to have an alliance with Prince Edric? Is that necessary? Okay, fine. We'll do it. All right, let's go ahead and march on these armies before they manage to take territory from me. Local hero. As we traverse the plains, trudging through the dirt, we encounter a modest wayward shrine. Naively carved, it sports a cross at its head, and below the weathered words, "Here lays Saint Cadwallon of Albany, blessed son of Strathern." Okay, so if we patronize the saint, we're going to lose stress because we're generous, and we also get a bonus that helps with local popular opinion. I'm going to do that just to continue to reduce his stress level as much as possible. He deserves it. Thank God I can go inside again. Very nice. Here be secrets. As I lean over to pick up scripture to study, my son Antoninus barges through the door. He's ill, apparently, interrupting my tranquil solitude. "Father, you won't believe what I found out about Elfgith." He pauses to catch his breath for dramatic effect. Yeah, so this is the person who left. We were wondering why she left. Why'd she leave? Well then, speak. So she's a non-believer. I mean, I don't have any reason to blackmail her right now, but I'll hold on to that secret. For potential future purposes. Maybe. Alright, so the fight has started here. Looks like the momentum is firmly in our favor. A faction targeting you has disbanded. Now, I want to go ahead and start taking territory, so let's just start up top. In Ariel, where we won't have attrition. We'll have a little bit of attrition as we march here, but it's fine. Perfect. So I don't know what's going on with the allied troops here, but are they withdrawing? It looks like they're withdrawing. Excuse me. I guess I have to call someone else to fight with me because... Alright, so you're pledging submission. Great, love that. Why is my ally just fucking off? You notice that? He just left. I mean, maybe he's got his own war. I'm sure that's an explanation, but like... That is one of the most blatant, just like, hey, I'm going to go do my own thing after showing up to help you that we've seen in the game so far. I really shouldn't talk because there have been so many wars from allies where I've been like asked to help while there's been just chaos going on at home, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. Let me not lose this alliance. Because again, the perceived strength of a character is based on how much, like how many troops they could bring to a fight, including their allies. And so if you lose those alliances, that reduces perceived strength and makes it more likely that you'll be attacked. So during periods of chaos, like you don't necessarily want to give those up, right? Even though it's dishonest, strictly speaking. That's sort of the political game that you play a little bit. So, now let's go ahead and hold court. In a brief moment of silence, I see Banmormere Satak shrugging before realizing that it's her turn to speak. My liege, she says, giving her some precious time to finalize her thoughts before continuing. Smiles and laughter are a great indicator of a lively court. Okay, so we've seen this one pop a couple of times. She just wants... so we can say this is not a peasant's market, and this has already happened once. But if we want to improve learning a little bit, could be useful. A jester has no place in this court. I mean, he's a righteous craven. He's a vassal and knight. But, if we had a jester, that could help stress, like, be lowered. So we could take an alternate route and actually have a jester. We could appoint Mormar Alair as the one who's saying, like, hey, let's like have a jester. Or he's actually saying, let's not, please. We could appoint him as a way of, like, making a fool of him. He is a vassal of mine, so that's kind of sad, but that would get him closer to forming a rivalry with me. We could appoint a jester otherwise as well. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Let's say this is... I'll look into this some other time. I might appoint a jester in a minute, because that would be a way to reduce stress. My lord, this is outrageous, an agitated Countess Winflitz stands before my throne. The body of my poor grandmother, the recently deceased Saralaith, has been violated by that fiend you keep as your court physician, Varshazb. That vile monster has tampered with the corpse, using it to practice his obscure knowledge and leaving it disfigured and defaced. Please, he can't go unpunished. Of course, Varshazb looks appropriately offended by the accusations. I have no idea what that woman is talking about, my lord. Slander, I trust Varshazb. So we've now become friends, which helps with stress. O Magnificent King Zachariah, I am Gerther, and I have traveled far to ask for your aid in righting a great injustice. The woman in front of me bows deeply before continuing with her well-rehearsed plea. My brother, Jarl Helgi, currently sits on the throne of Iceland, but I am the true and rightful ruler of those lands. If you aid me in pressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you and serve you loyally until the end of my days. Ooh. I cannot help you, but please enjoy my hospitality. We could press that claim and not ever have to worry about Iceland again. All right, so that's done. It would be nice if my allies showed back up. We had to call another ally in. They're on the way, but... Queen Yarmilla was swayed. Nice. So her opinion's up to 86. We continue our efforts. Antoninus comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Antoninus is at an end. As an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that Antoninus has done well in his studies of war and combat. It is impressive to see such skill in someone so young. Oh wow, he's a brilliant strategist. He displays a level of insight that's rare even among veteran commanders. They grow up fast. All right, so let's go ahead and send this particular proposal. They're related. There's a risk their children will be inbred. Okay. Let's see here. First of all, we need to make sure... Whoa, game, pause. Same thing happens in Stellaris all the time. Like, I'll hit the pause button in the assumption that I need to, but then actually unpauses it while I'm going to do something else. Quite satisfied. I guess I'll deal with this event real quick. My son Alexander has been asking me for a scop roll for a long time, and I told him I would get him one in 3 months if he displayed more focus on his studies. He responded that he was fine with his current dedication to his studies, reward or no reward. So, this would make him content, which is not a good trait to have. Although, if we want less fighting over the throne, given that there are multiple boys in the lineage at present, that could be good. The only stressful option here is to give him trusting instead. Let's go ahead and give him content. We all learn to live with our lot in life. Okay. Knights and accolades. We need to make sure... Now let's forbid the court tutor from fighting. Where's the kid? Where's the kid? I know... I'm so confused. Is he already forbidden? Oh, there he is. I scrolled right past him. Forbid. Alright, so this siege is almost over. Goodwill. To my surprise, my old foe King Edwulf has come to me, promising me that whatever I need, whatever he can do, he will provide if I ask. Get a weak hook on Edwulf, and we gain 20 opinion. What does he get out of this promise? Call to war. My dear nephew, I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Independence War. Okay, guess what? I'm busy. Sorry. Like, I have other things to do. I might help you when I'm done here. Oh, Queen Yarmila gained the trait pregnant, despite being chaste. Fantastic. Okay, let me go ahead and hit these guys as hard as I can. Our allies aren't here, so I don't... Like, the balance of forces is not that great in this case. What do we have here? Skill is merely decent. Not worth it then. So we gained a little bit of gold from that. What's this? It's the same one. Can I just dismiss that? Because I don't want it to keep popping up. Granary infestation. Vermin have infested several granaries in the Earldom of the Mirrans, destroying the seed grain stored in them. With nothing to plant for the next year's crops, the free tenants living there have come to me asking for aid. Given their dire situation, these farmers will ultimately be forced to accept whatever terms I offer them. I have plenty of grain should they become my serfs. Or we can say command the priest to give them charity, and the Earldom of the Mirrans gains grateful free folk for 5 years. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. Alright, so I caught them in a fight. The momentum's going to swing wildly the other way. Yep, we're going to win that. Allies going to show up. White piece. Alright, cool. Alright, so now war score is at 41. Oh wait, hold on. Interesting. For a second it looked like the old queen was still tutoring one of the kids. That threw me off. Okay, now my allies have actually showed up. Let's go ahead and get this war finished. We could possibly just end this by attacking the capital territory. So let's try that. It's going to be a little bit dicier to do. But if this siege wraps up the war, then I'll take it. And then we will only need a handful, like 2 more counties, I believe, which shouldn't be challenging to obtain. Might even be doable in the next episode. We'll see. King Edwulf's friendship. I never expected I would grow as close to King Edwulf as I have in the past few years. On multiple occasions, he has proven himself to be a reliable and forthright man with only my best interests at heart. So, if he's going to be my friend, we might be able to get him to swear fealty once we declare the Empire. We could also say, I never want to see his face again, because he is a murderer and a drunkard. You know what? I'd rather just kind of keep him at a distance. I never want to see his face again. Let's not try and become friends with that king. A friend till the end. I still see all the good times I've shared with Varshaz, but now as I step into the dimly lit room and see his weak body laying on the bed, almost motionless, I know with certainty that those days won't come back, and I feel a pang of deep sadness. He hears me walking in and seems to get agitated, so I hurry by his side. It's me, your dear friend Zachariah. I'm here. So he'll gain some opinion of me and will gain some piety for being decent to a dying soul. My daughter, Leofwin. Let's go with Elizabeth. All right, so hold on. One thing I want to make sure I can do. Firstborn daughter is Queen of France. Or West Francia, anyway, which is pretty cool. Prince Antoninus is currently unlanded. We probably need to change that. I would say that's a good idea to change that. What could I give him? I'd give him the petty kingdom of Moray. And I might have to transfer some vassals to him. Oh, but no, I can't give him the title because he needs to hold a county. Yeah. Why does it let me select that then? There's a question. I can give him Albany. I could do that. I could give him the Mearns or Angus or just Gowrie and Albany. He would have a courtly vassal stance. Yeah, let's go ahead and give him that territory. All right, so it looks like I did lose my Chancellor and my Marshal from that. It's to be expected when you make that kind of change. All right, Duke Vane is a criminal. I really don't want a criminal as my Chancellor, but he's my best at the moment. So we're going to assign him that. He does like that. I might be able to... If I continue to get in his good graces, I might be able to demand conversion from him. And then for my new Marshal, Duke Kindwolf would work. There we go. Is this the same one? Yes, it is. Can't dismiss that. Well, yeah, I can do that, but that's it. You can just right-click it. You can demand payments for these hooks. Interesting. I can get 65 gold from King Edwulf because of the hook I have on him. Yeah, sure. Oh, we'd gain 44 stress, though, because we're generous, and that would actually stress us out. So, yeah, it's not really in Zach's character to do that, unfortunately. Queen Yarmila swayed. Okay, so, hold on. Let's see if we can... If her opinion of me is at 100, then we can abandon that scheme. Let's go ahead and start... There's a 54% chance with the romance scheme, and a 64% chance with the seduction scheme. The time has come to let my feelings toward Queen Yarmila be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. So we're going to really try and force this. Because apparently they don't have like a really strong chemistry, so he's just going to try really hard. I don't know, he's generous, ambitious, lustful, diplomat. Seems like a love ballad. As a way of declaring undying devotion would be a good start. She won't resist my charms for long. No, she probably will, but we'll try. We'll try real hard. The sacking of Orkney. With the fall of the settlement of Kirkwall to Jarl Helgi, much of Greater Orkney has been left bare to rampaging Iceland looters. As there are few fortresses of size left to oppose them, the raiders have carried off every precious item and scrap of silver they can find. So we can help them rebuild, and this would actually help with development growth. And Duke Stephen would gain 30 opinion of me. Let's go ahead and pay that gold. Yes, we have some raiders up here causing trouble, which is kind of annoying. Alright, so we need to wrap this one up momentarily, but I think we might be able to wrap this war as well in just a moment longer. The scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill me. Excuse me? All right, Duke Stephen is an excellent spy master. So we need to find out who it is. He's already set to protect against schemes, which is part of the reason he discovered what he just discovered. All right, valuable prisoner captured. Ironically, we have not yet won this, which is kind of annoying because we're at 35 minutes. All right, hold on. Romance, the gray one. Sweet Lady Yarmilla, I sigh as I kneel before her. My only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love for you? Queen Yarmilla hesitates and her cheeks turn red. By God, I hope she is pleased and not embarrassed. Slay a wolf for me and bring me its pelt, then we may continue this conversation. All right, so we can say 62% you slay a wolf. I saw a shaggy beast in the kennel, which would be an intrigue challenge. But that would be kind of a shady way to do it. We could bribe a hunter and spend 65 gold and definitely get the special gift option, which improves the success chance. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's worth it to try and get Zach in a position where he's, like, feeling good about life. Because, my God, this has been nuts. And now someone's trying to kill him. Stewardship perk available. Nice. Detailed ledgers. Golden aplomb. Monthly income per stress level plus 10%. Interesting. So at least if there's stress, there will be some additional, income. We're not going to have any right now because we're not stressed, but that's useful. All right, this might end it if we manage to... Yep. Perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and enforce those demands. We now control all of that territory. And with that, we'll take a quick look at the prospects here. Yep, we just need 2 more, and we can declare the Empire of Britannia. And I think we will be able... Yeah, we can't right now, because there's still a truce with Wessex. But the truce with Wessex, let's take a look. This truce will end in 14 more months. That truce will end. Fantastic. So we do have this war down here that we've pledged to help support. So I could send the troops that I currently have raised down to support that war. Maybe earn some gold. At least stand up for the alliance. Because I do kind of feel badly about all the wars that I've said, yeah, sure, I'll help. But as I said, it was just mainly to play the political game a little bit. But I would say, again, unless something goes horribly wrong, within the next episode or 2, we should be able to declare the empire. The only thing that would really get in the way, practically speaking, is we need 500 gold to do it. Or actually, I think we need 1,000, come to think of it. I think we need 1,000 to declare. So we need to really build up gold for a while, which would take time. But we would just take every opportunity that we had to raise funds and hopefully have Zachariah be the first emperor of Albion before his life gets too stressful and he dies too. So far, things seem to be stabilizing for Zach. It's been so chaotic for the last few that I'm hoping this trend kind of continues. But we'll have to see how it plays out as we approach this kind of pivotal moment in the series. And then think about like what kind of internal management and other decisions we can make as emperor that we don't really have access to right now as a king. So it'll really change things up and give us some new narrative possibilities as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For channel emotes and member badges, look for the join button to learn more. New episodes drop every day but Tuesday at 11 a.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.